back to...
Now you gotta stop it. Okay. All right.
All right, well, welcome to the show, Crowhill. Good afternoon. Cheers.
Cheers.
How are you doing?
All right, what are we drinking?
This is a homebrew. This is a robust porter.
All right. Now, we're going to talk about that now or later in the show?
How do you want to do it?
We don't have a whole lot in this glass. I think we better talk about this now.
Let's do this.
Because we got a couple others to go.
Yeah, so when I brewed this, I bought all the ingredients, and when I got to the counter, the guy says, we've got some beers in the back, and would you like to try one? Well, I don't normally drink at 10:15 in the morning, but in the interest of science.
Sure, exactly.
And
yeah.
I had actually been to the gym already.
Okay.
So I felt like,
so
it's sort of like the fishing rule. Like, once you're up
right.
at 6 a.m., you don't have to wait till noon.
Yeah.
But, 10:15, yeah. So, and I just wanted to see what their beer was, and they had the grain bill there. And what the grain bill had, noticeably, was it had a significant amount of chocolate malt. So I said, well, mine has no chocolate malt, and that will be the thing that I look for when I drink this beer. Like,
okay.
Is it just fine the way that it is, or you know what? Maybe it is missing some chocolate malt.
Yeah.
And,
see, I don't think missing is the right word.
Right.
I think it tastes really good. It's a good porter. It's a solid porter. Seems to me that adding the chocolate malt would just make it a different kind of a porter. It'd give it a little bit, sort of that slight sweetness you get from the chocolate malt.
Yeah.
That sort of almost oiliness in the mouth. But this, it's not like my rye porter. It's got a little bit of a bite to it. It's a little sharper. So this one's more towards that end of things than towards the chocolate malt end of things. But it's a good solid in the porter range.
Yeah.
And good solid
and it's
beer.
got a little bit more kick. I mean, porters aren't particularly strong. I mean, they're only
Not
like
usually,
4%
right.
beers,
Yeah.
and this is probably in the low 6s, so it's got a little bit
Very drinkable.
a little extra something.
Very drinkable.
Do you mind if I sing a song?
No, I don't.
You never close your eyes.
Not that one.
Oh no, not that one.
Not that one.
All right, I got it. I've got another one then. The man said you got to have a membership card to come inside. Sign everywhere, a sign blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign?
There you go.
That song to me, first off, it's the 5-man electrical band.
Okay.
Which probably nobody knows.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And
I remember the song.
Extra feature is that they're a Canadian group.
Right, which I didn't know.
No. And actually, on 2 different searches, it was 1971 and 1973. But when I actually purchased the song, it was 1971, so I'm going with that.
Well, they might have done another version.
Maybe that's where the 73 came from. Young Pigweed really dug that song as a young fella trying to figure out, the hippie thing is going on, but, I'm too young to really, didn't know that Woodstock had even happened.
Yeah.
And no Vietnam was really even going on. So,
right.
but that hippie vibe was still going on around me, and that to me sort of captured what I thought was the hippie look. Just let me do my own thing, right? Just
get
out
off my
in the
back.
world, the man is always putting up signs telling me what I can and can't do, and I'm just trying to be free, right? It was a freedom-loving song. With that in mind, I'd like to introduce a dramatic reading.
Right.
Semi-dramatic.
Yeah.
This is from Easy Rider, 1969.
1969.
I will be reading the part of George Hansen, played by Jack Nicholson, and you have Billy.
I'm Billy.
Dennis Hopper.
All right.
And
here we go.
This used to be a hell of a good country. I can't understand what's going wrong with it.
Man, everybody got chicken. That's what happened. Hey, we can't even get into like a second-rate hotel. I mean, a second-rate motel, you dig? They think we're going to cut their throat or something. They're scared, man.
Well, they're not scared of you. They're scared of what you represent to them.
Hey, man, all we represent to them is somebody who needs a haircut.
Oh, no. What you represent to them is freedom.
What the hell is wrong with freedom? That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what it's all about, all right. But talking about it and being it, that's two different things. I mean, it's real hard to be free when you're bought and sold in the marketplace. Of course, don't ever tell anybody that they're not free, because then they're going to get real busy killing and maiming to prove to you that they are. Oh, yeah, they're going to talk to you and talk to you and talk to you about individual freedom, but when they see a free individual, it's going to scare them.
Well, it don't make them running scared.
No, it makes them dangerous and seen.
Right.
Which I thought was
And
end scene.
yeah,
And I had watched the show yesterday. It was closed captioned. My wife has all the TVs on closed caption.
which I like, by the way.
Yeah.
I actually like. Sometimes I'm not sure what they're saying.
Yeah, and especially when I watch like some British mobster movie.
Exactly.
Or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
You're watching Pigweed and
The
Crowhill, and
Scottish-
you're like, what the heck? What did they say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it said "and scene" as though it means, and that's the end of the scene. So
Although-
maybe it is "and scene."
It might be unseen, and it might be that the person typed it wrong.
And then there's that.
We all know.
That happens.
Yes.
That happens enough. So.
Right.
So you're right. So there's a little theme here. As young Pigweed is looking at the world, and they got the bikers and the hippies, and they're all talking about freedom. And on the one hand, it's freedom to do what you want. It's sort of a non-conformist,
Right.
not restricted by
Yeah.
social conventions. And the other one is, can the man just stop putting up barriers?
And that's the world we grew up in. I mean,
Yes.
we were both born in the 60s, but kind of became conscious in the 70s, about things.
Exactly.
And in the 70s, it was kind of all about, I want to do my own thing.
Love the one you're with,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I just doing your own thing, and so I was like, so when I just felt that I needed to identify myself politically,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm just like, well, I'm not in the Barry Goldwater crew cut,
The button-down guys.
yeah, the
ties.
the tie,
Jackets.
stiff. What
Yeah.
are you darn hippies doing over?
Right.
I must be over here with the Dylan Democrats, and so that's where I go. And
Right.
I'm very comfortable over there for a while, most of through college, and then later on I start, because then I was just like, well, whatever the Republicans have to say has got to be wrong. So they're taking my political stance. Here I am. Start noticing that this is like late 80s, I guess, that the talk about personal freedom, about individual rights, about the government imposing itself on the individual, property rights, gun rights, that conversation is actually taking place on the right.
Yeah. It is now. Yeah.
And so I said, well, maybe they're not just a combination of evil, stupid, and greedy. And I'll take a listen to them. And come to find out, well, I mean, it was Ronald Reagan who was saying government is the problem.
Right.
Which would seem to me that would have been something that would have been said in the 70s.
That's the thing I never understand. Because if you track these things, you look at what the hippies were saying about, leave me alone and government off my back and all this other kind of stuff. And the grown-up hippies nowadays
Yes.
are the ones that are like, yay, government.
As soon as
more
they-
government. Give us another
more
government.
and more
Yeah.
government. They're the ones who are, in every homeowners association
Right.
telling you, what color your mailbox can be.
Right.
And it's those Woodstock hippies.
Yes, it's
They
the same
As soon as
people.
they became
Yeah.
grown-ups,
Now they
They
want to
became-
impose rules on everybody. Signs are all over the place.
sign everywhere is sign. So I think if somebody were to meet somebody from college would say, I knew that guy when he was a hacky sacking, tie-dye wearing lefty.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happened to him?
Right?
Well, nothing really. I mean, I feel like I'm still George Hansen, freedom guy, 5-man electrical band from Canada. freedom guy. It's just that it's the Democrats that left me. I feel like I didn't leave the party. I was freedom-loving Woodstock Democrat, and now Democrats are cradle-to-grave socialists.
So how would you describe, if you were to try to pick, which party would the Black Panthers have been in?
Exactly. Well, right. So
where were they? They were probably Democrats, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Now, did you know that the modern gun control debate started with Black Panthers discovering, as if this was some new thing in the Constitution, it kind of was a new thing, nobody paid attention, that people had a right to keep and bear arms. So Black Panthers started riding around following cops with guns because they thought the cops were treating black men unfairly, which they probably were. So the Black Panthers are riding around with guns, watching these people, and that is what
that is a start. Nobody talked about the Second Amendment
until the Black Panthers
from the Constitution until the.
It's amazing.
It is an amazing story.
Yeah, it's like where was the
thing Amendment? That you associate with, totally with rural white guys,
right,
and their love of the Second Amendment started in Oakland, California, right?
And the other side of this is very strange, is the efforts to control guns were by the white guys trying to keep the black guys from having guns.
Right. No, that is a fascinating twist of history.
Yes, it is. So in the light of what you're saying here, so back then the Black Panthers would have been Democrats.
Yes.
And they would have been pro individual liberty. They would have been, look, this is my right. The government can't be up. Now where are we?
Yeah.
In terms of,
I mean, the revered John F. Kennedy would have no place.
No.
I mean, ask not. What? Are you kidding me? The Democrat ask not what they can do for you.
Right.
What you can do for your country? Are you kidding? What?
Right. Why should I be doing anything for that country? They should be doing anything for me. What are you talking about?
Terrible message. Terrible.
Yeah. No. Bad message. And cutting taxes and all the other kind of things. Being anti-Soviet, all the other kind of things that John F. Kennedy did would not fit in. Actually, the anti-Soviet thing kind of went back and forth.
What? Dude, we're filming. you can come in the audience. Yes. So now it's the nanny state who wants to regulate everything from the soda size that you're allowed to drink to the personal pronouns you're allowed to use.
Right. Not allowed to use.
Not allowed to use. Have to use.
Have to use. Required to use. You must say this.
So it turns out that I am more Barry Goldwater than Bernie Sanders, but that doesn't mean that I have switched sides.
Yeah.
I really feel like I'm still a young pigweed.
And this
with respect to freedom. I mean, there are other aspects of
there's all kinds of other issues, right? Yeah.
That not necessarily, but on that point, which to me is the big point, as Thomas Jefferson.
Good old Thomas Jefferson, who said that freedom has to be nourished with the blood of tyrants from time to time. That's kind of funny quotes, but this brings back something I was thinking about with the whole question of moral foundations. And why is it that liberals think one way and conservatives think a different way? And why is it that when some topic comes up, en masse, a new topic, new subject, en masse, the left goes this way and the right goes that way? Why does that happen? It's a new subject. You'd think that things would be divided up, okay, now we're going to divide things a different way. But it doesn't work that way.
But it's gone more and more very recently, the en masse part, in terms of there used to be liberal Republicans and conservative Democrats.
Right.
And
now there's not.
Now there's not.
That's a totally different topic, but yeah, right. Yeah.
But it seems to me that split is more hardcore than it used to be.
Yeah, I think so too. I want to check one thing.